Hello everyone, it's been a while, but we are once again making a trip back to Lumia Island. I've done recipes from Eternal Return before, so feel free to check those out. But today, I am focusing on the one and only fish and chips. Fish and chips are one of the best food items to craft in the game naturally. By naturally, I mean you don't need any special RNG items or specific characters. Healing at a whopping 700 hit points, fish and chips could make or break a fight. However, it is not the easiest to craft. You need to gather heated oil and then visit the two sides of the map. One side has cod in order to make fish cutlets, and the other side has potatoes in order to make the french fries. Once you have both, then you can craft the coveted fish and chips. Before we dive into the recipe though, I want to make one disclaimer. In the fish and chips image, you can see that the fried fish is a whole battered fish on a plate. I wasn't the biggest fan of that, and I also don't want to eat a whole fried fish. So I chose to recreate the image from fish cutlets before it is combined. I hope that this doesn't break your immersion too much. As always, the written recipe is down below in the description, and also come check out my Twitch streams where I not only stream all of my cooking, but also stream Eternal Return gameplay as well. Hang out, ask questions, and suggest recipes. But enough rambling, without further ado, let's begin. Let's start off with the chips, or otherwise known as fries, depending on where you are in the world. Start off with russet potatoes. I partially took off the skin, but skin on or skin off is completely up to you. Cut the potatoes into planks and then start cutting into the fry shape. I'm cutting them into skinnier fry shapes so that it cooks faster, and I also just prefer skinnier fries. Not a huge fan of potato wedges. Soak the potatoes in cold water. Let these soak while we move on to the other pieces of this dish. Moving on to the fish, we have a whole cod fillet. Section the fillet into 2-inch pieces to match the image that we see in the game. And that's about all the processing you have to do for the cod. For the breading, there are 3 parts: all-purpose flour, panko breadcrumbs, and an egg, beaten. Coat the cod in the flour and shake off any excess, followed up by a layer of the beaten egg, and finally a coating of the panko breadcrumbs. Repeat for all of the cod fillet pieces. For the oil, I'm just using canola oil here. Preheat the oil to roughly 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Try not to go over this as you will cause the breadcrumbs to burn before the fish is fully cooked. Carefully place the cod into the oil and cook for a total of 5 to 6 minutes. The cooking time can be less if your cod is thinner than mine. If the fish is not fully covered in oil during the frying process, do 3 minutes on each side and flip halfway. Once the fish is finished, take it out and set it aside. Back to the potatoes, drain the water and dry the potatoes on a paper towel. Once again, make sure the oil is back up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and deep fry the potatoes in batches. The cooking time for the thickness of my fries are about 8 to 10 minutes. Make sure to salt the fries immediately after taking it out of the oil so that the salt can stick onto the fries better. Now we have one final piece. In the fried cod image, there is a sauce that is over the fried fish. I had no idea what the sauce is, so I'm just gonna make one up that I think will taste good. What sauce I'm gonna make, you may ask? A complicated, rich sauce that pairs perfectly with seafood? No, I'm just gonna combine Kewpie mayonnaise with some pickled ginger. Yep, that's it. Now that all of the individual pieces are complete, it is time to assemble. Place the fried cod onto the plate first, then a hefty amount of chips, and then finally cover the fried fish with the sauce. And that is fish and chips from Eternal Return. Not only is it one of the best foods in the game, it's just delicious in the real world. Can't go wrong with deep fried foods. I hope that y'all enjoyed the recipe, and please let me know what else you'd like to see me make from Eternal Return, or any fictional foods really. I could use more recommendations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.